for yin tonight, yay! I'm so glad you guys are taking the time to come and join for our practice tonight. I know that the world is in a crazy state and we really need radical self-care for ourselves. So thanks for taking the time to be here. So you will need a bolster. Just gonna check these messages really quick. Beautiful. Okay, awesome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So if you have a bolster, fantastic. If you don't, no worries. It's just like a soft little pillow. So you can grab a couch cushion or you can grab just a pillow from your bed. So I'll give you a few moments to go and grab that. And then also, if you have an eye mask, so any weighted thing that you could put on your eyes, I'll be using an eye mask tonight. So if you have one, go grab it. And if you don't, totally fine. We're gonna start on the wall. So if you can bring your mat and make sure you're near a wall as we begin our practice, that would be perfect. So we'll do about an hour of breathing, relaxing. Yin is all about calming our nervous system, and we're gonna do some building of the immune system too. So that will be beautiful. So if you're here and you're ready, we'll bring your mat just against the wall. So find some wall space where your legs can go up the wall and bring your mat here. Then to come into our first pose, you're gonna come with up against the wall as close as you can. You'll lie down on your side and then scooch a little bit closer to the wall. You'll send your legs up the wall, roll onto your back. Send your arms up above your head, about shoulder distance apart, flexing the feet. If you have an eye pillow, place it on the eyes. Tucking the chin towards the chest. Really make sure that you're as close to the wall as you can be. Feet flexed, your legs are supported on the wall. So just closing the eyes here. If you were grabbing some props, coming to join us. So you guys stay here with your eyes closed, starting to tune into your breath. Start to notice your inhale and your exhale. Beginning to deepen the breathing. We'll be in our poses tonight for 3 to 5 minutes. And in yin, we hold our poses for so long because of the way it affects your nervous system and it gives your body a chance to really rest. So we begin here in our waterfall or legs up the wall. Here you're allowing your nervous system to start to calm and relax. We'll use our breath in all of our poses tonight. Your breath is your most powerful tool. So really feel when you inhale how the belly expands and then the lungs expand. And as you exhale, contracting the lungs first, and then emptying the belly. Taking those deep, full breaths. We're beginning to come out of the sympathetic nervous system, which is our fight or flight mode, which for many of us has been in overdrive with everything that's been going on in the world. So now for this next hour, giving yourself the space and the time to begin to drop out of this fight or flight mode and to come into your parasympathetic nervous system. Starting to come into the rest and digest state. where your body can repair and rebuild and restore so that we can have strong immune systems, so that we can feel replenished and rejuvenated, and so that we can be centered within ourselves. Even with everything going on around us, that we can come and feel centered in ourselves. Taking those deep, full breaths and really feeling the lower back relax into the mat. Maybe breathing into the lower back, feeling space and expansion. Exhale, release, letting it go. Continue taking those deep, full breaths. We have a couple more minutes here. I'm so glad so many of you have logged on for our beautiful practice. So here in our waterfall for yin, those of you who have taken class with me before, you know, legs up the wall is our beginning variation for our waterfall. And we always begin with it because of the way it changes the blood flow in the body. So you're sending the blood flow in the opposite direction than it flows for most of the day. It's coming down the feet, the legs. It's coming over the kidneys to be replenished and cleaned and filtered. Coming to the liver to be stored. Passing the spleen for transformation. And then this fresh, rejuvenated blood coming to the heart and the lungs to be circulated throughout the body. So yin is all about giving your body the space to heal itself. By taking the time for this practice, you're allowing your body time to heal itself. Less than a minute here, so really flex the feet, straighten the legs as much as you can. Let your whole body relax into the pose. Let go of any tension in the shoulders or in the neck or the jaw. Taking 3 more big, full breaths. Those full, deep breaths. With your next exhale, you'll slowly begin to bend the knees, bringing the knees towards the chest. Releasing slowly. When you feel ready, roll over to one side. Use your hands to help bring you up. Try not to use the back as much as possible. Then, coming on your mat, you can sit on your feet, or you can sit on the bolster, any way that your legs are not crossed. I'll demonstrate our next pose. Yeah, so you might sit like this, or you might put your feet out in front of you. So while I demonstrate poses, watch how I come into the pose, and then I'll walk you through getting into the pose. So our next pose is going to be reclining butterfly. So if you have a bolster, or you have that couch cushion, or you have a pillow, you'll bring the bolster behind your lower back. Then you're going to bring the soles of the feet to touch. Bring the soles of the feet a little bit away from the body, focusing a little bit more on the kidneys for right now. Bringing the bolster to the lower back, slowly lower down the body on to the bolster. Bring the eye pillow on the eyes if you have it. Bring your nice eye pillow. Then for your arms, they can be by your side, palms facing up. They might be above the head in prayer, or you might touch opposite elbows. So you choose what feels best. Opposite elbows is to help distribute the heat in the body. In prayer pose, we help to open up the lungs a little bit deeper, or maybe just here more restorative. So you choose. So go ahead, bring the bolster, laying down, eye pillow if you have it. Once you've settled into your pose, closing your eyes, connecting back with the breath. Coming back to that deep inhale and that full, complete exhale. So my yoga teacher, Jackie Sadek, always says, if there's only 2 poses you can do a day, waterfall, which is legs up the wall, or you can do waterfall with a block. That's the first pose that we do. And the second pose is reclining butterfly. Both of these poses are really beautiful in the way that they work with all 5 of our primary organs. And yin is based around the organs. Everything comes back to the organs because of the way that the organs work with our blood. And in yin, our blood is our chi. It's our life force. It's our life energy. So it's all about restoring our life force. So here in butterfly, you're helping to support the kidneys. And I had us bring the feet a little bit further away from the body to target more our kidneys, because the kidneys are where we hold fear and shock. And with what's currently going on in the world, a lot of us are feeling the shock of it and feeling fearful. So here in this pose, maybe you have some discomfort in the lower back, or some tightness or some tenderness. Maybe that's because where your fear is sitting, where your shock is sitting. So we'll use our breath, breathe into areas where you might be feeling tension, where you might be feeling tightness, or where you might feel discomfort. So gather it with your inhale, and with the exhale, literally clean it out of your body. Let go of the fear. Let go of the worry, of the anxiety. Breathe in space. Breathe in health. The kidneys are also about connecting with our inner wisdom. Taking this opportunity, this gift of time that we're being given to connect more deeply with yourself. Keep taking those deep, full breaths. Letting your whole body relax and melt over the mat, over your prop. Maybe we're feeling it in our hips, the seat of all relationships. Breathing into any tightness there. Maybe feeling it in the shoulders, in the front of the chest, along the arms, in the lungs, or in the heart line. With each exhale, cleansing out, letting go. One minute left here. Releasing any fear. Bringing in wisdom, connection. Taking 3 more full, deep, nourishing breaths. With your next exhale, release the arms by the side if they're not there already. And then you're just going to roll over to the side. Remove the bolster. So move your bolster or your cushion or your pillow. And then come and bring the feet opposite sides of the mat. Bring your knees to touch. Let your arms be by your side, palms facing up, and close your eyes. Just take a few breaths here. You're letting the spine settle, letting your energy settle. We've just created this space in the body, in the hips and the lower body. We want to keep the space there. Yin is all about creating space in the body. So feet opposite sides of the mat, knees to touch, just taking a few breaths. When you're ready, rolling over to the right side, use your hand to help you come up to a seat. We're going to do half Lord of the Fishes. So to come into this pose, you're going to send both feet out in front of you. You won't need any props for this. You're going to ground through your sit bones. So really feel yourself rooted into the mat. Feel a tall, long spine. You'll bend one knee. We'll bend the left knee, cross it over the thigh. Then lean over to the side, bring the right foot in, but both of your sit bones are still rooting down, not sitting on the foot. The foot is next to the body. Then bringing the right foot in front of the knee. So the foot comes right in front of your right knee. Yeah? Then you're going to send the left arm behind you. Right arm comes up to the sky. Exhale, bring the elbow to the knee. Then bring your thumb to your forehead. Pushing on your third eye, resting on your third eye. So that space in between and slightly above the eyebrows. Then we close the eyes. Allowing yourself to start to settle in. So we're doing a few poses tonight that focus on the spleen. And half Lord of the Fishes is one of these poses. So our spleen is all about transformation in our lives. And right now, there's so much change and there's so much transformation. And the spleen is allowing us to accept the changes that are coming. So I thought it would be a good idea to focus on a few spleen poses as we start to accept and make space for these changes that are happening. Also, the spleen is about mental confusion and mental chaos. So for a lot of us, there's this non-stop reel going on in our minds right now because there's so many unknowns and there's so much change coming so quickly. So here in these next few poses, we begin to really allow the mind to calm. Allow the mind to settle. Maybe not to empty, it's totally fine if you still have those thoughts coming, but just more becoming an observer of those thoughts, seeing them and say, okay, I see you, I recognize you, I accept that you're here, but I don't need to feed into that story. I don't need to allow myself to go down that train or that avenue that the mind might be reeling on. So using this opportunity with our third eye being activated by the placement of your thumb to start to tap in to your intuition, beginning to tap into your inner knowing, finding that place of peace and calm within you. Taking 2 more big breaths on this side. With your next exhale, releasing the thumb, releasing the legs back out in front. With your legs long, keep the eyes closed. Take a few breaths here. Coming back to neutral. And this time we'll go for the opposite side. So bending the right knee, crossing it over the leg, over to the side, bending the left foot in, bringing that right foot in front of the left leg. Bringing the right hand behind you, bringing the left arm up to the sky, exhale, elbow to the knee, bringing the thumb in between and slightly above the eyebrows. Closing the eyes, coming back to the breath. Feeling yourself root down to the earth, feeling the crown reach up to the sky. With each inhale, making space, gathering all the mental confusion and chaos, gathering any anxiety about the changes coming and go. With each exhale, letting go. Each inhale, allowing change. Exhaling out resistance. Inhaling acceptance. Exhaling mental scatteredness. Inhaling peace and calm. Feeling yourself connect more deeply with your inner self, with your intuition. Less than a minute here, allowing yourself to fully relax into the pose. Taking 3 more deep, full breaths. With your next exhale, releasing the hand, sending both legs out in front of you, taking a few breaths here. Then we're going to move on to tiger in the tree, it's called, or a supported child's pose. So you're gonna bring the knees mat distance apart. You'll bring your big toes to touch, making sure that they're just touching each other, that one isn't crossed over the other. So big toes touching, knees wide on the mat. Bring your bolster, your pillow, your cushion here in front of you. We're gonna walk the fingertips down in front. And if you want more support, you can bring 2 cushions or 2 pillows down in front of you. Walking the body onto your prop. We'll face the right cheek down on the mat with the left cheek up, and then the palms facing up towards the sky. And then we'll take a few breaths, closing the eyes, settling in, making sure the knees are wide, big toes touching. Coming down into our pose, palms are facing up in an act of gifting, an act of receiving. We'll do 3 minutes here on this side, and then we'll move to the opposite cheek. So we'll get to rest here for a little bit. Just making sure that you feel supported. So if you need a little extra support, get yourself some extra support with another pillow or cushion. So again, a pose for the spleen. Building up our ability to allow transition, to allow change, to be able to flow with the journey of our lives. The spleen is also about learning the lessons that are brought to us on our life journey. So I feel like right now there's some really big lessons coming up, not just for us individually in our lives, but for humanity as a collective. Lessons that we maybe have been ignoring or not paying attention to that are really coming forth, making us question about how we live our day-to-day lives, what is really important. How are we spending our time? And yes, while there is a lot of change going on right now, there's also this really beautiful opportunity for many of us to take a step back and reevaluate. To use this time maybe to change some habits or to implement things in our life that we haven't felt like we had the space for before. But now, maybe because of working from home, there might be the ability to have more space for these things that maybe your body is craving or you've been wanting in your life. Take one more deep, full breath on this side. And then with your exhale, just switch your cheek. Turn your head the opposite direction. Taking those deep, full breaths. Allowing your nervous system to let go. Yin is all about letting the muscles relax. So we hold our poses for such a long period of time because it's really hard for our muscles to let go. You know, we work them all day, every day. They're so used to functioning for us. So here we really give them the space to release. And when we relax our muscles, we're able to come into and access our fascia, which is this deep connected tissue that runs throughout your entire body. And in Yin, our fascia is known as our life story. So when we have things that we haven't processed or we haven't dealt with, they get stuck in our fascia. And it creates discomfort, disease, injuries in our body. And when we take the time to practice Yin, we allow these things that have gotten stuck to be let go, moved out of our body, so that we have space to move freely. We don't have pains or disease that's trapped inside of our body. So like I said in the beginning, literally giving your body the space to heal itself. Using the rest of this pose to clean out any of that mental scatteredness, to really come centered in yourself, tapping into your inner calm, finding an inner state of peace. Taking 2 more deep, full, cleansing breaths. And then planting the palms underneath the shoulders. So bring your hands back and then slowly lift up with a straight spine. Take a few breaths here sitting up. Palms can be up or palms can be on the thigh face down. Taking a few breaths. And then I'll show you the next pose so you can come into a comfy seat while I demonstrate, or you can join me. We're going to start on our hands and knees. We're coming into sleeping swan. So you'll come onto your hands and your knees first. Let's bring the right knee forward. Send the left leg back. Just want to make sure you guys can see me. Send the left leg back. And the foot is flexed. Your right foot is flexed. And it can be as close or a little bit further away from the body. Trying to square the hips with the front of the mat. Your back foot, you can tuck the toe and walk it a little bit further back, creating more space here in your hip. You're going to bring your bolster, your cushion in front of you. So if you used 2 for the last one, you might use it again for this one. And we're going to walk the hands down. And we're going to turn the cheek towards the knee. So the left cheek will come down. Then again, the palms facing up towards the sky. And we breathe into our pose. So closing the eyes, making any last micro adjustments so you can feel supported. When the body feels supported, it has the opportunity to let go. Allowing our body to feel safe and supported, calm and at peace. So here we're starting to work with the liver, which in Yin is the organ that houses the soul. So like I said, doing some reevaluating a lot of us with everything that's going on in the world. So taking some time to connect with our soul, to connect with our purpose, to connect with our life purpose, with our soul purpose, so that we can be taking the right aligned action steps in our lives that lead us towards purpose. The liver is also the organ connected with our immune system. So when we work with the liver, we help to boost and strengthen our immune system. So here, with the right knee forward, we're helping to massage the liver. The liver sits on the right side of your torso. So with that right thigh up, you're helping to massage the liver, helping to open it up, helping anything that's stuck there, any emotions or feelings that might have gotten caught, to be released and let go. We're also working with the liver meridian lines on the insides of the legs, and the gallbladder line, which is the partner organ for our liver, that runs on the outside of the legs. Taking 4 more deep, full breaths. So gathering any tension or tightness, and exhale, letting it go. Inhale, creating space. Exhale, releasing. With your next exhale, you walk the hands underneath the shoulders again, lift up with a straight spine, and then we'll just come back sitting on the feet, taking a few breaths here before we move to the other side. So when you're ready, coming back to all fours, this time bringing the left knee forward, sending the right leg back, tucking those toes, moving it a little further back so you open up the hip, untucking the back toes, and then walking forward. This time the right cheek comes down, hands up towards the sky. Allowing yourself to feel supported. And this pose can be pretty intense. We're working the hips pretty deeply. The hips are the seat of our relationships. So it can be relationship with self or relationship with others. And just noticing your two sides. Was the right side tighter or the left side tighter? The right side is the masculine side of the body, and the left side is the feminine side of the body. So depending on if you're male or female, if the left side is tighter, feminine, it could be for women, relationship with themselves or relationship with other women. For the right side of the body, the masculine side, for males, relationship with self or relationship with males in your life. Just noticing, not judging anything that's going on in the body, but just becoming more aware of what we're holding in the body and where we're storing it. And then just really letting yourself relax into the pose, using your breath to breathe in, creating space, using the exhale, letting go. So now we're opening up the physical liver, and the liver is our organ emotionally connected to anger, frustration. The gallbladder is connected to bitterness. So maybe some of us might be feeling angry with things that are going on in the world, or that we don't have control. or can't predict or can't know what's happening, and that might be bringing feelings of anger. So here, focusing on the liver, we help to release that stuff from the body so it doesn't get stuck or held on in the body. We help to let it go now before it turns into disease or illness. We help to clear it out. Also, the liver is rejuvenating, regenerating our blood, that life force, that energy. So using the breath, breathing in, using the exhale, letting go. One minute left here, so letting yourself fully release into the pose. All of our poses are designed to open up our meridians, to open up our fascia, to release and move energy in our bodies. So trusting the pose, releasing the body fully into your pose. Taking 3 more deep, full breaths. Then bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, using the hands to slowly come up. Bringing the knees back together, sitting on the feet, taking a few breaths. And then we're going to move into dragonfly pose. So for dragonfly pose, you might use your bolster. If you have a block at home, you can use a block, but I'll show you a variation without it. So let's bring the feet wide on the mat. You're going to flex the toes up and try and drop the toes in towards the floor a little bit. We're helping to open up the sides of the legs, accessing our gallbladder meridian line, working with our liver. Then the bolster, we want our head to be supported. So bring the bolster and rest your forehead on the bolster. So it's just at a little angle here, and the forehead is resting here. So if you have a pillow or a cushion and it's stiffer, this might work. Or you can just bring it down in front of you and come down onto it. Or if you have a block, you can put your block here. So find a variation that works for you, where you can feel supported. Then the hands come either side of the bolster, palms facing up. And we come back to the breath. So maybe just playing with what variation is going to work best for you. If you need to grab some more support, feel free to do that. And noticing again where you're feeling this in the body. On the outside of the legs, our gallbladder line, maybe on the inside of the legs, our liver meridian. Allowing your soul purpose, the reason you've come for this journey on this lifetime. Allowing yourself to connect more deeply. Using this time, the outside world, so much happening, to pause, go inward, and find your inner stillness. Remembering using your breath, breathing into space where you feel tension or tightness. With the exhale, letting it go. Allowing your whole body to release and relax. Letting go of tension in the shoulders, in the jaw, and the neck. Releasing the back, the hips. Maybe using this time, allowing your purpose to come forward in your mind's eye. Maybe recognizing something you want to cultivate more of in your life, something you want to focus on, or some action steps that you could take in the days to come that will help you move towards this purpose. Maybe it's about connection with others. Connecting with people from home, maybe through video chat or phone calls. Maybe it's working on a business idea that you've been wanting to have time for. Maybe it's taking more time for yourself. 2020 is all about self-care, this radical self-acceptance and self-care. So maybe using these next few days to take more time for yourself. Maybe allowing yourself some extra exercise, or maybe it's reading a lovely book with a cup of tea. But creating space for more self-love in your life. Whatever it is that you might want to focus on, breathing it in for 3 more big, full breaths. With your next exhale, planting the palms down, slowly coming up, removing the bolster, and then slowly bring the legs together. Take a few breaths here in center. Maybe if anything was shaking or trembling, any energy releasing from the body, just allowing that to finish letting go. And then, when you're ready, it's time for Shavasana. So, if you have a blanket, in yin sometimes we get cold because it's a cooling practice. So if you want to grab a blanket so you can be really comfy in your Shavasana, feel free to do so. If you have an eye pillow, make sure you have it. And then 2 options. You might bring the bolster underneath the knees. If you have any tenderness in the lower back, you'll bring the feet opposite sides of the mat. Let the feet flop out to sides. So you might use the bolster or your pillow, or you can just use nothing and come lying down. Let the feet flop out to the side. Bring the hands by the side, palms facing up. If you wanted that blanket, go ahead and put a blanket on or put your eye pillow on. Making sure that the lower back is in contact with the floor. So if it's not, you might lift the hips and roll the lower back down. Making sure the chin is tucked towards the chest, elongating the back of the neck. Shavasana is the time for our bodies to absorb the nutrients of our practice. It's the time to completely release, relax, and let go. So making sure you're as comfortable as possible. Bringing the awareness to the top of the head. Relax the top of the head. Relax the forehead and the eyes. Relax the cheeks and the jaw. Relax the mouth and the tongue. Relax the back of the head. Relax the ears. Relax the neck. Relax the shoulders. Relax the arms and the wrists. Relax the hands and the fingers, letting go. Relax your chest. Relax your rib cage. Relax your torso. Relax your hips and your thighs. Relax your knees and your calves. Relax the ankles, the feet. Relax the toes, letting go. Relax your whole body. Let your whole body go. Beginning to bring the awareness back to the breath. Beginning to notice the inhale and notice the exhale. Beginning to deepen the inhale and lengthen the exhale. Beginning to bring movement back to the body by wiggling the fingers and wiggling the toes. It might feel nice to stretch the arms up overhead and send the feet long, giving yourself one last long stretch. When you're ready, rolling over to the right side, maybe taking a breath or two on the right side. And then we'll slowly all make our way up to a comfortable seat. Keep the eyes closed if you can, and we'll meet with the hands at heart center. Really press the palms into the heart center. Bowing the head slightly within, acknowledging your beautiful gift to yourself with your practice today. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, of light, of truth, of peace. When you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we are one. Namaste.